The security of any country depends on the strength of its army, navy, and air force. That's why a considerable amount of money is budgeted for them. Countries around the world are spending billions to increase their forces, avoiding external attacks, and protecting their respective nations. In this video, we listed the top 10 militaries. Number 10 is Egypt. Egypt's appearance on the list shouldn't be a surprise. Egypt, with vast swaths of desert in its east and west, and the rich Nile River Valley at its heart, is the site of one of the world's earliest and greatest civilizations. Egypt is an active member of international and regional organizations, including the United Nations, the Arab Monetary Fund, and the African Union. 438,500 active soldiers serve the Egyptian army. They have 3,620 tanks, 1,069 aircraft, and 231 warships. Number 9 is Pakistan. The Islamic Republic of Pakistan was born in 1947 when a section of Muslims broke from the Hindu-majority British India to rule their homeland. Pakistan is a member of international organizations, including the United Nations, the World Trade Organization, and the International Monetary Fund. 651,800 active soldiers serve the Pakistani Army. They have 2,467 tanks, 1,387 aircraft, and 112 warships. Number 8 is the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom is located off the northwest corner of Europe. The country includes the island of Great Britain, which contains England, Scotland, and Wales, and the northern portion of the island of Ireland. The capital city, London, is a major international finance center and one of the most visited cities in the world. Over 153,000 active soldiers serve the British Army. They have 227 tanks, 721 aircraft, and 91 warships. Number 7 is France. Located in Western Europe, France is one of the world's oldest countries, and its reach extends around the globe through science, politics, economics, and perhaps above all, culture. The French economy is one of the world's largest. Tourism is a major contributor to the economy. France generally tops the list of the most visited countries. Other major economic sectors include industry, agriculture, energy, and defense. The country is one of the world's top exporter of weapons. Over 200,000 active soldiers serve the French army. They have 406 tanks, 1,062 aircraft, and 174 warships. Number 6 is Japan. Japan is one of the world's most literate and technically advanced nations. While most of Japan is covered by mountains and heavily wooded areas, the country's people lead a distinctly urban lifestyle. Long culturally influenced by its neighbors, today the country blends its ancient traditions with aspects of Western life. The country is among the world's largest producers of motor vehicles, electronic equipment, and steel. Escalating tensions with North Korea over its nuclear missile program have caused some Japanese politicians to call for amending the country's post-war pacifist constitution. On December 24, 2021, the cabinet of the Japanese Prime Minister approved a record defense budget at 5.4 trillion yen for 2022. Over 247,000 active soldiers serve the Japanese army. Japan has 592 tanks, 1,449 aircraft, and 142 warships. Number 5 is South Korea. South Korea, officially the Republic of Korea, is a nation in Eastern Asia with a long history of the conflict that occupies the southern portion of the Korean peninsula. The country's capital, Seoul, is located near the center of the Korean peninsula. Chosen as such during the Joseon dynasty for its impressive feng shui, the idea that the positioning of objects ensures health and harmony. 599,000 active soldiers serve the South Korean army. They have 2,753 tanks, 1,601 aircraft, and 234 warships. Number 4 is India. Located in South Asia, India sits on a peninsula that extends between the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea. For many years of its long history, India faced incursions from the north by Turks, Arabs, Persians, and others. By the 19th century, Great Britain became the dominant power on the subcontinent. After years of non-violent struggle against British rule, India gained its independence in 1947. Almost 1.5 million active soldiers serve the Indian Army. The Indian Army has 4,622 tanks, 2,187 aircraft, and 295 warships. Number 3 is China. Home to one of the world's oldest civilizations, China has been ruled by the Communist Party since 1949, when the nation was established as the People's Republic of China. Its economy is the world's second largest, trailing only the United States. Over 2 million active soldiers serve the Chinese Army. They have 5,750 tanks, 3,416 aircraft, and 749 warships. Number 2 is Russia. It is the world's largest country by landmass, nearly twice as big as Canada, and covers all of Northern Asia and much of Eastern Europe. It shares land borders with more than a dozen countries and shares sea borders with Japan and the United States. Russia as a nation dates back more than a millennium, and authoritarian rule has marked much of its history. Following the Soviet collapse in 1991, Russia became an independent nation. 900,000 active soldiers serve the Russian army. Russia also has the largest number of tanks, mainly composed of 9,350 T-72s in many variants. They have 4,173 aircraft and 624 warships. Russia has also the largest arsenal of nuclear weapons in the world. And number 1 is the United States. The United States of America is a North American nation that is the world's most dominant economic and military power. The country's most significant exports are computers and electrical machinery, and also vehicles, chemical products, food, live animals, and military equipment. The US often takes a leading role in international organizations, and was a founding force behind institutions such as the United Nations, NATO, and the World Bank. Over 1.3 million active soldiers serve the American Army. The US Army has 6,209 tanks, 13,247 aircraft, and 484 warships. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Also, visit our second channel with military power comparisons. See you next time!